Hello traders, and welcome to our first video for 2025. Happy New Year to everyone. So here we are with the second trading week of the year after the holidays, and let's see what we have ahead of us in terms of the bias of the market heading into the next week and the month overall. So we always start with the dollar index. So we have seen the market rising within the month of December. And for us, the dollar move to the upside is approaching to an end for a reaction. And this is the next move that we can expect ahead, which is a move to the downside to take place starting from this week onwards. Of course, very importantly to mention that we will have the NFP on Friday. US jobs data is ahead, and looks like the expectations are going to be lower from before. So that could be a possible reason for the upcoming dollar weakness to get started. So our bias for the dollar heading into the new week onwards is a reaction to the downside for the time being. Of course, for the bigger picture and to see what we can see ahead of time in the daily, weekly, and monthly timeframes. We cover those in detail through our members only live sessions and market overview, which you can be part of with the link in the description. And also, very importantly, we would like to specify that we have started sending to the eligible members the comprehensive educational videos that we were planning to release for purchasing. So if you have got our yearly offer, or if you have been a member from the beginning, you know that you already received the introduction and chapter 2. In these educational videos, we are covering stuff that you will not find elsewhere. So all this is done through professional working experience and many other aspects in terms of how to analyze the market and also understand about the industry, because at the end of the day, you need to know from the beginning the waters that you are trying to get yourself into to swim, right? So these things, we are not discussing them in public. There is a big reason behind it. And also stay tuned. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because we are going to be releasing a lot of highly valuable content in the upcoming weeks ahead. So expect more diversification in terms of content as well. Not only the weekend market forecast videos, but also we are going to be talking more general topics in terms of finance and investing. And also we are going to be talking more about the industry in general with some interesting people later down the line. So for the dollar index, a reaction to the downside is favored to start from the next week onwards. For the dollar yen, as you have remembered, we have forecasted this drop and this reaction to the upside from November to December, which we have expected. Then the market made one more push to the upside here after Bank of Japan's interest rate neutral stance, which they kept the interest rates the same. And now the market is getting into a similar stage like it was here in the beginning of November. For an ending structure, for a reaction to the downside, is still favored for the dollar yen. But of course, this is not a pair that we would like to trade in general, and not something that we even would recommend to our members. So at the moment, it's going to be a sideways market here, which ideally soon it needs to have a resolution to the downside, similar to what we have seen here in November 2 months ago. For the euro, we have been expecting this bounce to the upside, which took place in November heading into December. Then the market made one more push to the downside, which was also reflected in the dollar index to finish the year of 2024. And we are within an extreme area where we're expecting buyers to cause a reaction in the market. And the next move for the euro is going to be a resolution to the upside towards 107, 108 area that we would expect to see heading into the new month of January that we are in right now, and also starting from this week onwards. So potentially we can see something like that heading into this week, and then at this area we might get some consolidation before the next move to the upside. So this is the path that we can see for the euro for this month ahead of us. For the pound also, we have expected right here to get a reaction towards 128. If you have been following us from before, you know that at 128 it was the target, and after it was reached, we have seen a rejection to the downside for one more low in the pound dollar. And of course, we are expecting from here the market to still rebalance and provide with a move to the upside again. And this time we might expect to see 129 or 130 before the next reaction. So this is what we can see ahead for the pound dollar for the time being. So of course, for more detailed analysis and longer term breakdowns, again, you should be part of our community. It's a close community. We have a few people. Of course, within 2024, we have provided with a very great results, as we will do again in 2025. Take advantage of it because, as I said, it's going to stay a limited number of people in this community. There is a big reason why we would want that to be at up to a certain number of people. Of course, for the time being right now, we are accepting more people, but there is a good reason why is going to stay up to a certain degree and is not going to be something mainstream. Of course, this has to do with the nature of this industry. So, as I said, if you want bigger picture, if you want to get more detailed analysis and learn how to execute trades properly, these things we cover them in our membership with the link in the description. You can be part of it anytime. And of course, if you have any questions, send us an email at support@roiforecast.com. We'll get back to you within the day. For gold, as we expected after this double correction, we are accumulating here to start a move to the upside. As far as we are above these two lows from December and the end of December right here on the 30th, gold should be getting ready to start a move to the upside. This is what we can see ahead for gold, and we are biased to the upside still for a possible new all-time high, but for now we are looking to break these highs from November at the 2725 area. So this week it will be a test to see if this level is going to hold, and if it's good to go, this will be the next move to the upside for gold, and this is our bias that we can see ahead for the market. Now for oil we have been expecting after this choppy price action to get some bounce to the upside, because it was obvious that there are not enough sellers in the market to continue the path lower in the short term. So we expected a double correction to the upside, which we have finally got within the last 2 weeks right here. The 72-74 area was our target for this bounce. It has been reached. So if you have been following us and you have been smart enough to take these buys from the 68-69 area, you have done well. So this is a take profit area for the market, because we can expect a rejection and a reaction to the downside to follow up next from here. And according to this reaction is going to determine whether oil will be ready to start a bigger move lower, or whether it's going to correct and have another push to the upside later on. So this is what we can see for oil. We should see some reaction to the downside first, heading into the next week onwards, and then we see how this price action will determine the next move later on. For gas, we have expected from the 4th of December at this buying area right here, we have made a call for a from the $3 area to the $4 area. We expected a move to the upside. We have got the target, and then of course take profits at the $4 area was the target. and this is why you have seen a big rejection after reaching the area. It was expected. So now what to expect next? This market can get very choppy. It can spend a lot of time doing something like that without having a trend. So nothing interesting to see in the short term in natural gas. The move was this one. Now it can get volatile and choppy, but we will need to see whether this level at the $3 is going to hold, or if yes, then expect some accumulation before another push towards the $5. But for the time being, it's not going to be ready anytime soon this week. Moving on to the indices, the S&P 500, SPX cash index, we can expect more upside to take place in this fashion heading forward. So this week also is going to be a test week to see if the index here will not do something like a double correction lower before it goes higher. So this will be determined according to the first few days of the week, but for us, we can see the most aggressive view in this way heading above the 6,100 area soon. So still bullish for the S&P 500. We are still within a cycle from the 5th of August, and we can expect extension to the upside, but for trading purposes at this point, this has not any clear levels or structure, so it should be probably better to avoid trading this one, because you don't really have a clue in terms of the levels that you can expect for possible entries and possible take profit areas. So still bias to the upside though, and you can expect to see that from this week onwards. And lastly, with Bitcoin, we can see that the market should be doing some sort of an accumulation within this range that we are in at the moment, 90K to 100K, before the next move to the upside. Alternatively, we might get another push to the downside before the next move to the upside. So this is something that you have to be mindful. Regardless of the case, the market is still bullish, and ideally the most aggressive view is an accumulation for another move to the upside to take place. But of course, if you haven't been able to buy this one, as we were saying back in the 5th of August, and of course this was our call for the members after reaching the buying area. Now it's a time that you just keep holding, and it's not a time to look for any new entries, because we can see either this or either this before this, and you don't want to be trapped if you are buying at the moment. So this is our view for Bitcoin. So we should see more extensions higher, but this is not a very good level as a pivot like it was back here in August and September. So buyers are actually holding. So newcomers, unfortunately, you are actually coming a bit late here. So that's also the benefit of you being a member. So you can see the market ahead of time when we will give you the main pivots of the market when they occur, and also warn you ahead of time what to expect and the possibilities heading into the months ahead onwards. So also there is another possibility here that the market can also spend even more time being up and down and choppy within this range. So that's why short-term traders, they tend to lose money, not only crypto, in everything, because when something has not a good setup, unfortunately, most of them, they keep trading and they lose their money. So don't be one of them. Learn the right way to do things, and the link is in the description. So in this video, we just want to have, let's say, the main view, the main bias of the market. It doesn't mean that the market cannot do, for example, an alternative path and then go higher. So generally, if you have been long in Bitcoin or crypto since the summer, you can stay long and you can enjoy the next move to the upside when it happens. If you are a newcomer, we would not be recommending you to do anything at the moment in Bitcoin until it gets clear, right? So this is going to be a test week for Bitcoin to see which path is going to take in our view. So hopefully you have enjoyed this weekly market forecast, and make sure you leave us a like, make sure you're subscribed. This upcoming week, we will be posting another 2 videos. So make sure you have your notifications on so you can see the videos when they are actually uploaded, and expect very interesting content from us heading from this week onwards and into 2025. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.